In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at one broken angle for every ranked map on Siege. So make sure to drop down into the comment section. Let us know what types of tips and tricks you'd like to see on the channel. And of course, hit that like button. We're aiming for 100 likes on this video. If you're new, hit that sub button and the notification bell so you know when we upload our next video. And without me talking anymore, let's get started. It's Alan from the Dangleberries here, once again teamed up with Elevate to bring you some of the best angles on Siege, and we're going to do one on every single ranked map, starting off here on Villa, just in the 90 hall here, over in the corner where these two chairs are, right in front of the drone hole. If you make a hole in the floor just along, and even if you can break the chair too, you can lay prone and you can actually see all the way down towards that mudroom window. So if they're making a push in downstairs and they're coming in that window, you can lay prone here and you'll be able to catch them off guard. Now the best thing about this angle, and you'll see it from the other perspective here in a second, that the bullets come all the way down to the window, but because of the little doorway frame and the arch inside of living, you will not be able to see this hole in the ceiling. So this is a really strong angle to use, and I advise you to check it out. And moving over onto theme park for this next one, and this is right in front of a drone hole again, just up inside the showers. You can actually break a hole in the floor on the other side of the drone hole, and you can see down into Gong down below. You can catch them coming in through the door around Gong or heading out the doorway into the hallway. Again, you'll see from the other perspective where the bullets are hitting, so this is a really strong angle to use. Heading over onto Canal for this next one, located inside the server room on the second floor, you can make a hole in the corner of the room and then make head holes in the soft wall down below. Now this gives you access to that little bit of hallway just before you come up that green stairs. So if you get some calls from your teammates, you could have this hole prepped at the beginning of the round. If there's any attackers pushing up that stairs, you can cut them off and get the pick. Now on top of that, you can put smoke canisters down there to really cut off that access point up the green stairs, and because the head holes are lower on the soft wall, they won't be able to see the hole in the ceiling. Now we're on to Clubhouse for this next one, located inside the garage. Now obviously these walls will be reinforced if the site is inside of cache, but if the site's over in gym, you can come down in here and you can vault up on this red container here, and you can make holes in the top of the wall. Now the good thing about this is, and you're wondering why is this a good angle, is because you're more elevated up on top of this container, you can see more of their body up on top of highway. Even over the top of that little ventilation there, you'll be able to catch them off guard, and you'll see from the other perspective how low the bullets are, and you can pick them off and get an early pick in the round. Now moving on to Cafe for this next one. Now in a recent patch notes, they said that this spot was patched, but it's actually not. You can still get up on top of these shelves. So if you stand up on this counter exactly where I've lined up, you can run and vault onto the corner of the shelf. It's actually easier now for some reason. It used to be a little harder to get that vault prompt, but you can sit up here while the walls are reinforced, of course, and you can make holes in the top of the reinforcement. You'll be able to see all the way down through VIP doors and catch them off guard if they're making a play down Freezer Hall. You can also make a small hole to watch the midpoint of white stairs, and you'll see from the other perspective where the bullets are hitting. So this is a really strong power position to stop them pushing in Freezer side. Moving on to Oregon for this next one. Now I've showed this off a couple of times over on my main channel as well. This is a really sick angle here. So what you can do is you can rappel up this to the armory window, and if you actually shoot those containers on top of the locker and then open up the wall with an ash charge or a breach charge, whatever you want to do, and you can sit on this window and you can actually see through the head holes all the way through to the kids rotate. You can see the bullets here. It's a really strong angle, so definitely check this one out. Now moving on to Emerald for this next one. Now not many people find themselves on Emerald, but hey, if you do, here's a great angle that you can use. You can actually stand in front exactly where I pinpointed here, looking at this little stool here in front of the piano, and you can vault up on top of the piano. You can then vault onto the top part of the piano, and you can sit on top of the little drum, and you can see over that wall out through the doorway for any attackers pushing from this side of the building. Now the best thing about this angle is you can see all the way down to the staircase that they're coming up from, but they can't see you. You'll see here how far forward they actually have to move before they can even see your head up on top of the piano. Now Now moving on to bank for this next one. This is one of my favorite angles. The amount of times I've gotten pics from this is actually insane. So if you just come up the front of the building here on the left side of the window, you can shoot through that window. It's a really small little angle, and you can actually get a shot right on to the rotate inside of Janitor. Now, obviously a lot of defenders are going to be rotating around the site through these little rotates, and you can catch them off guard and get some early picks as you're pushing towards the bomb site. Now moving on to Consulate for this next one. This is a really nice angle to watch that backside. If they decide to make a backside push on to this lower basement site, you can make a hole in the side of this kitchen counter here, and you can see just alongside the bomb site all the way down towards that backside hallway. Now they'll be so busy looking at the door, maybe looking at the head holes that are in the soft wall on the other side of the room, and you can catch them off guard and let your teammates know that the attackers are pushing from the back. And moving on to Lair for this next one. Again, another map you're not more than likely going to find yourself on very often, but if you come up on this side window here on the lab staff access side of the building, you can make holes in the floor here and you can see down into the maintenance site. It's actually a doorway between the two bomb sites, so any defenders moving back and forth between the sites, you can cut off their rotate and get some picks and push towards the bomb. Now you see here on the drone where this hole in the floor is, so you can really have a stronghold on that bomb site down below. And moving on to Outback for this next one, reinforcing the right hand side of this wall inside laundry and putting a Kiba barrier on the left side about halfway up. You can get an angle over the top of the barrier onto the main wall and the window inside showers. This is a really strong power position to stop that push coming in that main wall. I definitely advise you to try this one out. It is a really strong angle to use. Now moving on to Skyscraper for this next one, located on the second floor inside karaoke. Over in the right corner of the room here, just simply making a hole in the floor, you can automatically see onto that window down inside bathroom. Now this is a really strong angle. It's very simple. A lot of people know about it, but just something to remember if you've forgotten about it. A very good angle to stop them pushing in down below. Moving on to Chalet for this next one, again an angle that a lot of people might know about, but some of the new players might not know. If you come upstairs onto mezzanine here, right where I've pinpointed on the floor here, if you make a punch hole in the ground, you can actually see out the window outside of the front of Snowmobile down below. So they're coming up to get the wall open, they'll be looking at the window, but they won't see this small little pixel angle up above. Moving on to Coastline for this next one, located on the second floor billiards room. Now a lot of attackers are going to be pushing from aquarium, trying to get that bomb down in the default plan spot. Now you do have to be aware of the window for this angle, because obviously someone sitting on ruins can see you, but a lot of people actually don't know you can vault up on this little half wall, and you can also lay prone on it, and you can use the side of the bomb chassis for this little pixel angle onto the aquarium door, so they're pushing through and you're under pressure. You can hop up on this little half wall and catch them off guard. Moving on to Border for this next one. Now I showcased this a couple of times in the past, but you can actually extend this further than what I've shown, and it's such a great angle up inside break room to watch down onto that bathroom hall and the bathroom door. So what you can do here is, by making holes in the floor all the way through the wall out into the hallway, you can see that whole hallway down towards the door. Now of course, if you want to be a little safer, you can look through the angle from inside break room, as it's a lot harder for the defenders to get a shot on you, because obviously if you're standing here they can see a lot of your body through the floor. But if you come back a little further and make a few extra holes, you can lay prone and see through the top of that little window all the way down towards the doorway. So again, a strong angle. Check it out, you'll definitely get some picks from it. Now on to Nighthaven for this next one. This is a 3-floor angle down onto that assembly bomb site. So you come up inside IT room if you're making a push from top floor, and you can play safe here because a lot of people get C4'd in that storage room down below. So it's really good to be all the way up on the top here, safe away from any defenders. Now obviously there might be cavi roaming or someone on the 3rd floor, but it's still a safer option so you don't get picked off from any defenders using C4s, and you can get utility off the wall or a bandit tricking, so it's a great angle to try out. So that is it for the video today, guys. Make sure to drop down into the comment section and let us know what you thought of it, and if there's any other tips and tricks you'd like to see on the channel. Now of course, if you have not got your hands on any of the Elevate skins, they're available in the Orstick shop, the Maverick one being the most recent one, so definitely check it out, it's fire. If you're new, hit that sub button and the notification bell so you know when we upload our next video, and until next time, I'll talk to you in the next one.